It is reading time right now, and we are going to kind of switch gears a little bit. We've been talking about theme a lot, and we're going to continue to talk about theme. We were using folklore as our literature pieces to look at theme, but now we're going to kind of switch gears. April is National Poetry Month, and so I would like for the next couple of weeks to use poetry as in our discussions about theme. All right, so I've got some good things planned. But first, what I want you to do for me is to pause me, and I want to know what you already know about poetry. So you're going to have to go down to your, go back to your Google Classroom page, and if you look, there's going to be a question posted there, a discussion question that says, what do you already know about poetry? If you remember, a little while ago, we actually had a poetry lesson with Mrs. Schrader. So maybe you could kind of pull out some of that from your schema, some of the things that you already know. Tell me what you already know, and I'm going to compile a list of things that you tell me that you already know about poetry. What is poetry? All right, how is it different from other things, other types of literature? Okay, we are going to continue to focus on our learning target, same learning target. I can identify the theme of a piece of literature, but now we're just going to use some poetry to do that. All right, and I've got some fun pieces of poetry that I think you're going to like, plus a book that is written, a bunch of poetry together, which I think you're going to find interesting. So what I want you to do for today is to pause me, go answer that question, and then come back because we're not done yet. Ready? Go. Okay, so you should have answered your question. What do you already know about poetry? One of the things that poetry is known for is their use of figurative language. Okay? Figurative language is all of those power lines that we've been talking about. All those different types of power lines will be used in poetry in order to give it a special effect. We've talked a lot about power lines this year and how authors will use power lines just to make their writings more exciting or to be able to give you a better picture of what they're thinking. All right, so we're going to kind of review. A lot of this is going to be review for you this week because it's things we've been talking about all year long, but I'd like to tie it in with poetry because you really see it show up in poetry a lot. Okay, so the very first thing is simile, and you all are pretty good at finding similes. Similes are when we compare two very different things using like or as. All right, so for example, you know my dog, you've seen my dog around. She is as black as the night. I'm comparing Ellie and night, okay, two very different things, but I'm saying her coat, her coloring on her fur is as dark as the night. All right. I could also say Mr. Dunlap is as quick as a fox. He's not really, but just go with me here. All right. I'm comparing Mr. Dunlap to a fox, and I'm saying that he can be really fast or he can run very quickly. All right. Two very different things. Comparing them, and my point is Mr. Dunlap is fast or he's quick. All right. So two similes, two very different things. All right. So what you're going to do is make sure you know what time you're meeting with me. Please, please, please look at that reading schedule because I changed the times so that I'm meeting with every group every day, Monday through Thursday. So be looking at your new schedule. All right, I have it in two different places. I emailed it to you, and then I also put the link in your daily assignment page. So make sure you know. Please come on time because the groups are only 20 minutes now, so I can get everybody in. So I really need you to get there and get there on time. Okay? The other thing I want to touch base with you is your morning work was a flip grid. You should have done a flip grid for reading morning work this morning, telling me about your spring break. A lot of you probably didn't do that because you never met with me the week before spring break to set up your flip grid. So, you know who you are. I only have a handful of flip grids from before spring break. So you're going to either have to figure it out on your own or find time to meet with me at some point. Okay? All right, let me know if you have any questions. You're going to pause this video. You can go ahead and get out of it, but that you have to come back for writing class. All right, so go ahead, go do your reading stuff, and then come back to the same video for writing. All right, ready? Go. All right, welcome back. I am glad you came back, and we're going to talk just a little bit about writing, and then I have an exit slip that I want you to do for me today. All right, we are going to change gears. We have been working on narrative pieces for quite a while. You should have turned in your narrative writing to me back before spring break. A lot of you finished your scratch projects, but not everybody. So if you still have a scratch project for me, you need to finish that on your own time and get that to me as soon as possible. All right? So now we're going to kind of switch gears and we're going to go back to opinion writing. We did some opinion writing at the beginning of the year, so we're going to come back and do a little bit of opinion writing again for the next couple of weeks. All right, so our learning target is I can write an opinion paper that supports a point of view. So now that brings up the question, well, what's the difference between fact and opinion? We've talked a lot about this, but let's review for just a couple minutes. Fact means something that can be tested or can be proven, either by yourself or by another individual. So for example, if I want to talk about the sky is green, we can test that. We can go out and we can look at the sky. It's not green. It's blue today. All right? You can test that yourself. But let's just say that, let's see here, that I found a fossil and I want to say this is a mold fossil. What if you didn't know? You would have to go ask a scientist or go and read research about somebody who has actually tested that and been able to prove it, that it is a mold fossil. Okay? So it's tested or proven by yourself or by somebody else. An opinion expresses a personal belief or a feeling. Everybody's going to have different opinions about different things. All right? And it's something that's going to be true to you, but maybe not necessarily anybody else. All right? Something that you think, but not everybody else is going to agree with you. All right? So this week we're going to be working on fact and opinion writing. You're going to have a vocabulary assignment for me that is going to be due on Friday. Remember, do a little every day so you do not get behind and you're scrambling to get it done. Okay? So that's the one thing you're going to do for me. The other thing is I just want you to do a quick exit slip for me. I feel like you've got a good handle on fact and opinion and the difference between fact and opinion, but since it's been a while since we've talked about it, I need you to go do an exit slip for me just so I know for sure that you can tell the difference between a fact and opinion. It'll just take you a minute, and then you could head over to your new vocabulary assignment. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. I love you. Bye.